Gillian Turner into this, because this comes at a time we're also hearing that the president is going to have a meeting separately with Vladimir Putin at the United Nations. Now, that was spurred on back and forth for some time. And we're told that I think Vladimir Putin wanted this meeting, got this meeting. So I'm like a lot of the guests here. There's nothing wrong with talking. I don't know how high up I'd elevate that talks with the dinner and everything else. Then Putin, it's in a different case, they're both at the UN. What's going to come of that? Who has the upper hand? Should we focus on such things? What do you think?
Yes, we absolutely need to focus on those kinds of issues because, the technicalities here, the logistics of how this meeting came about are important. Ultimately, the Russians asked for this meeting. There was a lot of back and forth at the White House and in the Washington, sort of greater policy community about what was going to happen. They've decided to accept. Really, this doesn't surprise anybody. The Obama administration has made their policy very clear from the first day of their campaign, and that is, on foreign policy, we believe it's better to engage with adversaries whenever and wherever possible.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I worry that our adversaries have our number.
Oh, without a doubt. And you bring up Putin. Let me describe a scenario that is very probable, if not going to, for sure. So we have Russian jets with Russian units, with Russian surface-to-air missile units. We have American jets and American pilots. So here's a question. If I had Putin and Obama in a room, I'd say, gentlemen, I've got one question to ask. What are you going to do when that surface-to-air missile unit actually targets and locks on to an American jet? What's going to happen? Because the reality is Murphy's going to have a say. And right now, because, yes, they have our number. We put out memos. Kerry says, implicitly, and we talk heavily. But at the end of the day, they know that we've got no historical show in our actions. And so he's got troops, he's got tanks, he's got jets. And what are we doing? This to me has the ability to have it to be an absolute foreign policy, national security catastrophe.
But Gillian, real quickly, do you get a sense that Putin kind of feels he has a diplomatic edge here?
The White House insists that that's not even going to be up on the table for discussion in this meeting. They're only going to talk about Ukraine and enforcing the peace accord terms, right? So the White House doesn't want to talk about ISIS, doesn't want to talk about the military buildup in Syria. They want to focus on a single issue here. So we're not going to really see much progress or much action on Syria coming out of this either way. I believe that's a mistake. I believe we should place the issue in the larger framework and hold them accountable for their other behavior. But this is the way the administration's going about it. So I think that we're talking about the Syria incursion perhaps more than the president and Putin will be talking about it next week at the UN.
All right. Thank you.